Chapter 26, Digging. Sometimes the tunnels, rooms and walls don't turn out perfectly. Sometimes a room is not reachable. Other times we'd just like to take a shortcut instead of taking the long way round. To address this, we could add support for digging. Digging cost. What does digging entail? Well, if the player could remove any wall anytime at no cost, it would be as if the walls weren't really walls to begin with. That is, they wouldn't really pose an obstacle. So it seems that digging away a rock wall should have some sort of cost. We could let it cost 10 digging turns. We could also assign each wall a random digging cost thickness between 5 and 10 and 15 digging turns. Yet a simpler variant could be to assign it a digging chance. So, if you roll below a random chance of, for example, 15%, the wall is removed. This would mean it would sometimes remove with a single digging action, but on average take 7 digging actions to remove. It's not as simple as adding up those 15%. There's a very tiny chance it would take 500 actions or more. Made like this, we would not want to dig away walls at random or during combat, but if we really want to remove a wall, we can. Interface design. To dig, the user needs some way to actuate digging. A number of ways could be suggested. You might hold down a modifier key, for example Shift or Control as you move, to specify digging. You might activate a digging modal, causing you to dig as you move until you turn it off. You might have a separate set of keys just for digging in various directions, a rather silly approach. Or a tool. It might be an act of wielding. As long as you wield a pickaxe or a shovel instead of a weapon, it's digging time. Automatic. It might just be what happens when you try to walk into walls. Similar to bump to attack, we then have bump to dig. We'll go with the first variant, holding down a modifier key while moving. So O4 command's dig command, the TS, will look like this. To provide this to the player, we must change parse key command in class parse player. At the bottom, where we used to call move bump command, we rewrite that part to now be this. The change is that instead of just calling move bump command, we switch to dig direction whenever the shift key is pressed. With this, the player should be able to attempt to dig into walls by holding down shift as he attempts to move into them. This is the most basic form of mining and rock removal. A very popular application is to introduce veins of different strength, rock types, and precious minerals inside those veins, metals and gems and stuff like that. For that to make sense, you typically also want some selection of shops, crafting and trade and merchants to deliver all that stuff to.